Unit 4, I'd like a refund, please. Listen and speak. We have the first exercise. Match each word from A to H with a definition from 1 to 8. Now these words from A to H, we are going to read them together, and then we are going to find the appropriate or the suitable definition from the list below. We have 8 new words and we have 8 definitions, and we are going to match both the word and its definition. The first one is we have credit card or credit voucher. Number B, refund. C, to exchange. D, a receipt. Notice the P is silent. Number E, an extended warranty. Number H, 40. Number G, to haggle. And the last one, bargain. Now, you have an example done, which is number A, a credit voucher. Voucher is similar to card. Credit, voucher or card. Now notice the definition of number A, which is number 2. Now what does it say? Can you read it? Yeah?
A piece of paper you receive that proves that you bought, when and how much you paid.
Number A with number 2. A piece of paper. Yeah?
A piece of paper from a shop that allows you to buy goods
A piece of paper from a shop that allows you to buy goods. What does it mean, goods? Yeah, things, products. To buy goods up to the value shown, according to the value of this card or this paper. Yeah, according to the value. For example, if you have the credit, exactly. If you have the voucher, if the voucher is for 100 liras, so you can't buy, for example, 101. You can buy only within the 100. If it is more than 100, no, we can't buy. Okay? Yeah, up to the value. Now we have the second one, refund. Refund, number B. Let's try number 6. Yes? Yeah?
Money you receive when you return something.
A refund with the money you receive when you return something. If you are not satisfied, for example, if you bought something, for example, whatever, and if you aren't satisfied with it, if you have the receipt, then you can get it back, get your money back, and this is called refund. No, this is the correct thing. Honestly, no need. Even at home, I don't advise you using English-Arabic or Arabic-English dictionary. If you want to use on your software or whatever, hard copies or soft copies of dictionaries, try to use English. Even the explanation, when you have a new word, for example, when you set it with another word, it will enrich, it will increase your vocab. Because when you speak, remember, don't think Arabic when you are speaking. Think English. It's difficult at the beginning, yeah, I know, but we have to get rid of this problem. Number C, to exchange. Yes? To exchange. Number C. Yeah, read it.
To change something you bought for something else of similar value.
To change something you bought, exchange, notice, it is to change something you bought with another thing but of the same value. Exchange, another meaning of exchange, what does it mean? Now, exchange here, according to this definition, it means to get something instead of something else, but within the same value. Exchange, and another meaning of the word exchange, it means it is related to money, of course. If you have, for example, a note of 100, and you can have exchange for that 100 note. So it can be used for both money, and it can be used as a verb also when you get something instead of something else. Number D. Yes? Yes.
That you both went and how much you paid.
A piece of paper is number one. Piece of paper. Again, notice the rule of piece. How do we spell it? Piece. Piece of paper. It is verb. Notice the same like as piece. Piece. I-E. Receive. After C, what did you write? E-I. Receive. E-I. Piece. I-E. Yes, a piece of paper that you receive that proves what you bought, when, and how much. So three things should be on the piece of paper. What you bought, number one. What, when, how much. What, when, how much. Number E, an extended warranty. An extended warranty. We said, yes? Yeah, a guarantee that lasts longer than the normal period. Number F. Last. Continue. Last. Notice, we say last week as an adjective. Last week, last year, last month. But when we use last, we say the class last from. We mention, for example, from 8 to 12. It means it continues from 8 to 12. So here it is used as a verb, last. Last as a verb, simple present. Yeah, it continues longer. Yeah, as last longer, longer. Number G, number S before G. Yes, no. Read it. What? 40. Describing 40, it means it describes an item which is not working correctly, properly, etc. Number G, to haggle. Yes, number G, to haggle. Haggle, it means to try to get lower price. Negotiate. Negotiate. And we have the word negotiation. Negotiation. What does it mean, negotiation? Now, for example, between the regime and opposition, we have negotiations. They are discussing negotiations. To negotiate the price of something before buying it. And the last one, H, it is, get note. No. Yeah, something. Something on sale at a much lower price than normal. End them. Okay. Any question about the first exercise? Any question? So we should know item, thing, element, something. We have now the first exercise in the listening section. Now go to the fifth page actually. page number 5, we have the first conversation, the last one. Yeah. So unit 4, okay, we have 25, part 25, yeah, we are going to listen together. Okay, ready?
Next, please. Hello. Yes, I'm afraid, but there is a problem with this blouse. I want to let you I want to know it shrunk. I see. Did you follow the washing instructions? Yes, I followed the instructions on the label. It's very unusual. This is the first problem we've had with a raincoat blouse. Well, I'd like my money back, please. Here's a receipt. We certainly can't give you your money back, I'm afraid. What? We've never had any problems with this blouse shrinking in the past, and it's very popular. Well, what can you do about it? Nothing. I'm sorry. I can't get hold of your washing machine. We can't accept responsibility. Well, I'm sorry, but there is not good enough. I won't say the complaint.
Complaint, what does it mean? Yeah. Anything difficult in this conversation? Shrunk. Yeah, shrinkage, shrunk, the verb. Shrink, what does it mean? Look, we just check the context of this word. It is about a blouse, right? Blouse which shrunk after the first wash. No, look. For example, I bought this is a blouse, for example. Now after the first wash, it shrank. For example, we said it shrank like this. It gets shorter, smaller, yeah. This is the meaning of instructions. It means when you have, for example, also on the blouse, on the jacket, or whatever, you have just something, a piece of not paper, yeah, just something here, and you have, if you want to wash this one, you have 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, you know this word without saying it in Arabic. What else? The same, yeah, this is the gerund, the ing form. Clear? Now I want both of you to read this conversation in role play. Yeah. Blouse.
I watched it last week. Right. I watched this one and it is shrunk. I see. You follow the washing instructions? Yes, I follow the instructions on the label.
On the label. This is called the label, where the instructions are written.
It's very unusual. This is the first problem we had with a running master's plan. Well, I would like my money back. Please very and we certainly can't give you your money back, I'm afraid. What? We've never had any problems with this price shrinkly in the past, and it's very popular. Well, what can we do about it? Nothing, I'm sorry. I think it must be a fault with your washing machine. We can't accept
Responsibility.
Well, I'm sorry, that's not good.
Yeah, always if you want to complain about something, we use this expression. Sorry, I am sorry, I am afraid. There is something. But to show difference. When we use but, it means there is something different between the first part and the second part. It is easy, but it has lots of new words. You see, easy, something. Yeah, that's sorry. This is usually to complain. We had it, I think, in the first lecture, in the first unit. Look, we use these three expressions. We say sorry, but we have a new class today. We can say I'm sorry, but can I use your mobile? I'm afraid. No, just as an example. Clear? Just as expressions to be polite. If you want to complain about something, if you want, in English they use these terms a lot. So we say sorry, I am afraid, and don't forget we have after all of them but. Clear? Now we have the first exercise about this conversation. Page 22, exercise number 1, section number A, in a shop. Customer service, here, notice. Now, listen to Marble, a Brazilian au pair working in London, return an item to a shop. She returned an item, what item? The cloud, to the shop. Now we have 5 questions related to this conversation. The first one, I'm going to read the question for you. What item is Marble returning? It is done as an example, a cloud. The second one, what is the problem with it? Shrinking. Now don't write. You still have to do the exercise. What does Marble ask for? We will see. Why doesn't the assistant agree? And the last one, what does Marble decide to do? Okay, now let's start this exercise. Number B, what is the problem with the cloud, let's say, with this? Not it is, you can say it has shrunk. Present perfect. It has shrunk or it shrank. Both are acceptable. It shrank after only one wash. Shall I write the answers for you? Okay. Number 1. It shrank after only one wash. This is number B. Number C. Question number C. What does Marble ask for? She asked for, but notice the tense which is used and then use the same tense. So what does simple present? In our answer also we use simple present. So we say she asked for her money back. B. Why doesn't the assistant agree? Because they don't have any problem with this cloud before. Number D. Why doesn't the assistant agree?
Because they don't have any problem with this cloud.
Can you write it? As long as the meaning is correct, grammar is correct, it is acceptable. before, because they don't have any problems with that cloud before. Not with that cloud itself, with this model. Right? Because it is not this specific cloud, the model itself. You can use the pronoun it, and it is acceptable without that. Look, problems with it before, and it is fair. Number E, Noor, what does Marble decide to do? What is shakwa? Complain. With T. Complain where? Write it. She decides to make a complaint. Number E, yeah. Decide. Remember, we keep the same tense of the question. Yeah, to make a complaint. Yes. Complain without the verb. Any question? Any question about this exercise? Let's go to page number 2 and section number B, and we have 2 exercises in that section. Finish writing first. Now, just to go back to the point, to your point which you raised before about sorry and I am sorry, I am afraid, etc. Look, in number 2, notice the expressions in bold you can use when you want to complain. So always we use these expressions if you want to make a complaint. I am sorry, read.
I'm sorry, but
This camera doesn't work properly. Number 2, Noor.
I am afraid.
Afraid. I am afraid. And the last one.
Sorry, but this phone is broken, and I only had it 2 weeks.
Yeah. Imagine after 2 weeks and the phone is broken. Broken, what does it mean? Problem. It has a problem. Now we have exercise number 3. It is for you and it is about speaking. Now you are going to make complaints. Notice we have 5 sentences. The first one is done, and the other 4 problems we are going to make complaints about them. Let's have the first one together, then you will do the rest. You bought a notebook computer yesterday, but the display, what does it mean, display? No, this is the display. LCD, monitor, screen, yeah, all of this doesn't work. So what do? You have to make a complaint. Notice how it is done. I'm going to read it for you. Hello, I bought this notebook computer yesterday, but I am afraid that the display doesn't work. Number B. Yes, I'll give you 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Number 2. B. The radio you bought last week has stopped working. We say. Yes. I am sorry.
I am sorry, but I don't know
But the same sentence. But the radio I bought last week has stopped working. Has stopped working. The same sentence. Look, you can say sorry, but the radio I bought last week has stopped working. Sorry, or I am sorry, no problem. Sorry, but, comma, not in punctuation. Sorry, but the radio I bought last week has stopped working. Yeah, don't change a lot of the sentence. Yeah, it's okay, but let's keep it simple. From the same sentence, look, the radio you bought last week has stopped working. Sorry, but the radio I bought last week has stopped working. Just we add sorry and but. But again, as we said, notice punctuation. Sorry, comma. Before but. Before the but, use the comma. Yes? And not always. Look, we don't use the comma before but always. If it is between two sentences. If it is between two sentences, two complete sentences, yes, we use the comma. Number C. Yes? Phrase or vase, both are acceptable. Both correct. Yeah, both are correct.
But it's cracked. I'm sorry, but this phrase has been cracked. Can I get another one?
Yes. Write it. I got this, right? I got this vase for my birthday, but I am afraid for my birthday comma, but I am afraid it is cracked. Sit down. No. Number D, yeah, before E. Number D, the shoes you bought 2 months ago are already falling apart.
I'm sorry, but these shoes I
Look, but mention the problem. We have such sentences, such number C and number D. We have sentences, we can divide it into two parts. The shoes you bought 2 months ago, what is the problem? Are already fallen apart. Write it. No, let's see. Bob the shoes, yeah, go ahead. I bought 2 months ago, not 2 months, 2 months ago are already falling apart. Are already falling apart. Full stop. Sit down. The last one, number E, your new tennis racket broke the first time you used it. Racket, what does it mean, racket? How do we do it? Orally. What is orally? In spoken. Yes?
I'm saying that my new tennis racket has broken.
The same sense. Broke the first time. Yes, go. Yeah. Broke the first time.
Broke the first time
I used it. Racket. Notice. Sometimes it can be written in a different way. Racket. Another spelling. It is correct also. Racket. Like this. With Q or with K. Both are acceptable. Now we have. Yes. Take your time, no problem. Yes, sound smart, showing emotions. Number one. Now notice, let's read it before we listen. The way you say something can be important, can be as important as what you actually say. It is not only the words themselves, but the way we say these things. Intonation, sometimes the sound, when you change your sound, sometimes you change a question into, or just a statement into a question. For example, this is tea, right? But notice if I said, this is tea, the same word, but when I change my voice, it turns into a question. Now notice here, we have two sentences, number A and number B. Notice when the sound goes up and then down, it means something different from it goes just down. Now, let's see what is the difference between them, but let's listen before we talk about the difference. Let's listen together and see. So, number 26.
Recording 26. A. I saw John today. B. I saw John today.
Now, what is the difference between both of them? One's excited, was very happy. And what about the second one? It doesn't matter. Notice, listen another time. The same words, but again, meaning is different.
Recording 26. A. I saw John today. B. I saw John today.
Now what is the difference between both of them? In the first, it means somebody is interested, somebody excited. But in the second, I still don't say. Bored. Right? He is bored. Now, we have in exercise number 2, in section 25, we have now the same phrase. Look, the same words, the same sentence. Good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? In the first example, it shows interest. Somebody interested. Then we are going to have 5 different emotions expressed in just the sound, when we have a change in sound. Sometimes it is like, it is said in a friendly way. For example, when you talk to your friend, good morning, right? Good morning, how are you? This is in a friendly way. Sometimes somebody who is worried, imagine It happens before, not now. If somebody is late to the lecture and he wants to attend, he or she, so when they knock the door, good morning, can I attend? Worried. Sometimes angry.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you? And sometimes it is like somebody who is bored. Good morning. How are you? And sometimes interested. Good morning. How are you? You see, even the intonation, it goes up, down. And sometimes somebody who is tired. Good morning. You see the difference? Now we are going to listen together to number 27.
Recording 27. 1. Good. How are you?
Interested.
2. Good morning. How are you?
Bored, yeah?
3. Good morning. How are you?
Worried.
4. Good morning. How are you?
Friendly.
5. Good morning. How are you?
Angry.
6. Good morning. How are you?
Tired. Just listen another time and just focus.
Recording 27. 1. How are you?
Up. Good morning. How are you?
2. Good morning. How are you? 3. Good morning. How are you? 4. Good morning. How are you? 5. Good morning. How are you? 6. Good morning. How are you?
Any questions so far? Now, section number C. Section number C, listening, understanding shop policy. What is policy? It is different from police. Policy, no, not security. Policy, it means how things are going on in the shop, how to deal with customers. Like instructions, what are the rules that are going on in this shop? Clear? Now, we have the text and it is 28, but go back to the last page, to the listening section. 28. Yeah. Now, before listening, I want you to read it silently. Okay. Section 28. Let's listen together.
Recording 28. Well, the answer is then as long as you bring it back in unlisted, you can refund or exchange it straight away, whichever you want. You need a receipt, of course. All the repairs will be charged. If the problem is an unwanted
Wait.
then as long as the activity after the repair, you will refund or exchange it. If it's longer than that, then we'll give you a credit voucher.
Let's listen another time, because we have an exercise now. After listening, you are going to go back to the exercise, and we can't do it without this section. Okay, let's listen together.
Recording 28. Well, if the answer is then as long as you bring it back in under 2 weeks, you'll refund or exchange it straight away. Whichever you want. You need a receipt, of course. All the repairs will be charged. If the problem is an unwanted resident of things, then as long as there's a 2 weeks after the purchase date, we will refund or exchange it. If it's longer than that, then we'll give you a credit voucher.
Any new word? Unwanted. Yeah. What else? Unwanted, it means something which they don't want, don't like, they want to get something else. Yes? Purchase, what does it mean, purchase? No. Purchase? It means? Yeah, buying. It means buying. Purchase? When we say to purchase something, it is like to buy something. Yeah. It can be used as before. No, as a noun here it is used. The date of buying. The buying date. Other questions? Now it's clear. Go back to the exercise. Now, Barbara is the manager of an electrical shop. Listen to her explain the shop's policy on refunds and exchanges. Pick true or false for each statement. Now, damaged and faulty items must be returned straight away. True or false? It is done. False. The first one is done as an example. Now, number B, you can either have a refund or exchange the item. True. Tick it. Number C, you must have a receipt. True. Number D, Noor. To pay.
To pay a small administration charge for items that need to be returned.
You have to pay a small administration charge for items that need to be repaired. False. Number E. Yes, Bernard?
Administration charge.
Charge, what is charge? No. Exactly, yes. Yes, small administration charge, small amount of money for administration, for management. Yes, E.
Unwanted items can be refunded or exchanged if returned in under 2 weeks.
In less than 2 weeks. True. No. And unwanted
items after 2 weeks of purchase, then no refund is possible.
After 2 weeks, no refund is possible. True. Now, exercise number 1 in section number D, listening, finding out more about the product. Now, if you want to find more about a product, it means to know more, to get more information about the product. And how can we get more information? By questions. Without asking, we can't know more, right? Now we have section number 29, the listening section. Yeah, it is in number D, 29. We have the second exercise. We are going to skip the first because it's just counting the words. Number 2, listen and write each question. So try to write the questions when you are listening. 29.
Recording 29. A. What size is the screen?
What size is the screen? What is previously we have another word for screen. What was it? Display. And the third one, LCD. LCD, yes. So screen, display, LCD. The second question, number B.
B. How long does the battery last?
Yes, number B. To the yes, you can.
How long does the battery last?
How long? This is number B. How long does this? What is after that? The battery last. Continue. Again, we said last. It means to continue. It's enough for how much? How much time does the battery last? Number C.
Is this the latest model?
Yeah. Number C. Is this the latest model? That is why I asked you to get the listening right. Number D.
What's the picture quality like?
What is that? What is that? Picture quality like? What is or what? The picture quality like? Remember here, like, it has nothing to do with love. Like here, it is for description. Look, when we have like, what does the class like? It means describe the class. Big class, small class, whatever. Number E.
How big is the memory?
How big? How big is the memory? How big is the memory? Yes. How much? Look, with how and with what? We can use the question word in the compound form. For example, after what we use nouns. For example, we are talking about the class. We say, if you want to talk about the size of the class, we say, what size is the class? So we have in this case the question word compound, two. After what we can use nouns. I'm trying to find a place. Look here. What plus noun. What size? What color? Notice. What color is your eyes? Right? What color? Or you or O, both are acceptable. What color is your eyes? Now what did we use here after what? Noun. But how? After how? What do we use? Adjectives, yes. We say how old? Old adjective. How old are you? You see? After how, we use adjectives. But after what, we can use nouns. Let's listen to the questions again.
Recording 29. What size is the street? How long is the battery last? Is this the latest model? What's the picture quality like? How big is the memory? Can I plug it into my TV?
can I plug it into my TV? Yeah, plug. What does it mean, plug? Plug, sometimes, yes, we use this as plug. What? Yeah, but when we say, can I plug it into my TV? Notice, sometimes you need a cable. If you have a cable, yeah, exactly. So you can plug it, in this case, to your TV. Now when we are talking, look, when we ask about the memory, about the battery, how long does it last, just check these things. What do they refer to? Look, when we have the battery, when we are talking about latest models, pictures, memory, and TV. All of them, what do they have to do with what? With what do they have to do? They are description or related to what? Yeah, electronics, good. But what has to do with pictures? What is the electronic machine which has to do with pictures? Camera. But what kind of camera? The one which can be plugged to the TV. So what do we call it? Camcorder. You know, you can get photos and you can get also videos. So we call it camcorder. Yeah, but what do we call it? Camcorder. Yeah, of course it's different from the mobile. Camcorder. Now, exercise number 4, we are going to listen to answers to these questions. We are going to listen together to answer to these questions. We are not going to write them. They are written in the last page. Go to the last page. Yeah. 30, section number 30, track 30. So we have now the answers, but what you are going to do is to match the questions with the answers. For example, question number B, how long does the battery last? With 3, yeah, we are going to listen together. We will listen to it's done. Just listen and concentrate. The same question, and you will get one of these answers. Yeah. Number 30.
Recording 30. 1. That's one of the best things about this model. It has a 30 gigabyte hard disk which can store up to 37 hours of video.
So this is an answer to what question? Look, the first one, it says that is one of the best things about this model, right? So it is an answer for which question? It has 30 gigabyte hard disk. So which question is related to memory? Number E. How big is the memory? It says that is one of the best things about this model. It has 30 gigabyte hard disk. Number
Yes, it's just come out on the market.
Is it the latest model?
exactly. Number C. 3.
3. You'll get around 3 hours continuous use before you need to recharge.
How long does the battery last?
Yeah, it is about number B. Number 4. No. Notice LCD. Another word with LCD.
What size is it?
Yeah, what size is the screen? It's done. What size is the screen? Yeah. It is with number 1.
Fine. Yes, it will run your photos and video. You need to buy a special cable though.
With number F, can I plug it? Yeah.
6. It's fantastic. It's got 12 megapixels, so it's really sharp and clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it is sharp and clear. The picture is sharp and clear. What question? D. Again, it is a description of the picture. What's the picture quality like? It is sharp and clear. Done? Any need to repeat it? Is there any need to repeat it? Okay, so let's go to the other page, 25, to page 25. Now, I want you to go to section 32, section 32, yeah, from this book, from this page. Yeah, try to read it quickly, just if there is something new, yeah, you can ask about. 32. Skip 31, skip it. Fiverr, yeah. This is spoken language, 5, yeah.
Huh?
Which one?
I can knock a Fiverr.
Yeah, I can knock a Fiverr off. What does it mean? For example, if somebody asks for example, for 40, if he knocks Fiverr off, it means he will offer, instead of 40, 35. Yes. Remember, this is negotiation. Haggling. Haggle. What does it mean, haggle? To negotiate when you buy something. Now we are negotiating. Now, if you don't have questions, you don't have questions about it, or you have any difficult words, expressions. Okay, let's go to exercise number 1. Beer is at a market in London haggling. Haggle, again, trying to buy something with a stall holder. What does it mean, stall holder? Stall, what is stall? Yeah, small shop. Yeah. The owner of the store, you can say also. The owner of the store. In Arabic, what do we call store? Basar, yeah, something like that. Yeah, store holder. Listen and speak which sentences you hear and you hear the stall holder say. Now, I want you, before listening, to read these sentences quickly. Just try to have them in mind, because when you are going to listen, you will find it easier. Gosh. Shall we start? Yeah, 32.
Recording 32. That's great. How much is it? That's £35 to you, mate. Oh, it's a bit more than I wanted to pay. Is that your best price? Well, I suppose I can knock a fiver off. Let's say £30 then. How's that? It's very old and I'm cutting it. Can't you do any better? Nah, it's a bargain, I promise you. Okay, how much for cash? That is a cash price. Well, I'll give you £20 for it. Ah, alright, it's a deal.
It's a deal. What does it mean when we say it's a deal? Yeah, it means, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I accept, it's okay. Number A, now you have two choices, one or two. Number A, it's the first sentence, so if the first one is 6. It is, that's £35 for you, to you. The second one, number B, A or B? Let's, number 1, yes. Number B, 1. Number B, 1. Let's say £30 then. How is that? Number C, I promise, notice it is the present, not the past. I promise. Yeah, I promise you, but not promise. I promise you. Number C, number 1. Number D, also number 1. That's a cash price. Number E, it's a deal. Number 1. So all of them are number 1. Did you notice this?
No.
Number C? No, number C, number 1. I not promise. Notice here in your book it is the second promise past.
I promise you, the difference there is you here.
It's yeah. It is here. Yeah, it's not past. It is number 2. Yeah, you are right. So number C, it is number 2. Yeah. Any questions so far? So far so good? Okay. Yeah, it's okay. No problem. The second section, listen again and complete their sentences. It's a bit more than I wanted to pay. It's a bit. Bit, what does it mean, bit? A little, yeah. More than I wanted to pay. We will listen another time.
Recording 32.
Try to complete it.
That's £35 to you, mate. Oh, it's a bit more than I wanted to pay. Is that your best price? Well,
The number B?
Your best price.
Yeah, best price. Best price. Number C.
I suppose I can knock a fiver off. Let's say £30 then. How's that? It's very old and I'm cutting it. Can't you do any better?
Can't you go into this?
Can't you do any better? It is like, say something different. Can't you do any better?
Nah, it's a bargain, I promise you. Okay, how much for cash?
For cash.
That is a cash price. Well, I'll give you £20 for it.
I'll give you £20 for it. Difficult? Now, the last section, it is when you accept and when you refuse or reject. Notice, to accept a price, what do we say? That's okay with me, or okay, that's fine, or it's a deal. If you want to reject it means to refuse, not accept. No, I can't say that. And the last one, it's not worth that. Yeah, it means the value is more than the money which is wanted for this item is more than the item itself. Any questions? Now you have the last exercise for today in section number 2, speaking up. Imagine you are at a market. Listen and accept or reject each offer on price. You hear, for example, you can have the desk for £45. Now somebody will tell you, you can have the desk for £45. Is it okay with you? Sorry, it's too much. Can you do any better?
Can't you do any better for haggle?
Yeah?
Can't you do any
For haggle. Now we have haggling here. Yeah. So let's listen together to the last section, which is number 33.
Recording 33. A. You can have the desk for $45.
B. Okay, you can have this Rolex watch for $390. How's that?
Go to the last page. Number D now. 33.
You can have all the glasses for $15. Do we have a deal?
The best I can do is $30 for the lot. That's the 6 cups and the plates as well. Recording.
Now, I want you, this is for speaking for you and your friends. Now, you can accept and you can reject. You have 3 minutes. For this exercise, to answer this exercise, to accept or to refuse.